together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good evening, everyone. Doing a little bit of extra sharing on this one because it's gonna be a decent one for everybody to hear. I won't rant or do anything weird. Or will I? It's just today's daily reflection. Primary purpose we'll be reading in AA Comes of Age, page 109. I have that book. The question is where it is. Where is it? Oh, it's not right there. There it is. Oh, see it. Hi, Chris. Looks like it's working again, so thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that, Chris. Because if I wouldn't have known, I wouldn't have done anything about it. And there might be other people not being able to catch it too. So thank you. You helped me a lot. So I want to hear about how you're not helpful. You are. All right, 109. 109. Well, according to the big book, our primary purpose, or not even the big book, you don't even have a big book? Okay. I'll get you a big book and a 12 by 12. All right. Our primary purpose, okay, number one of our primary purpose number one is to stay sober. That's our primary purpose. And then to help, okay, good. Well, the rest of it you can kind of get on online now. You can PDF it if you want. And then our primary purpose is then to help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So that is our primary purpose, okay? That means that we're going to do that first. Newcomers come first. Because, see, we also have this thing called the responsibility statement. And the responsibility statement, so you know and you understand it a little bit better, was actually created at the First World Service, okay? And it is meant for professionals. It is meant for professionals. The responsibility statement goes as follows. The responsibility statement goes as follows. I am responsible when anyone, anywhere, reaches out for help. I want the hand of AA always to be there. And for that, I am responsible. Anyone, anywhere. Okay? But sometimes I have a choice on whether I'm going to help this person or that person. Actually, that doesn't seem to happen. Okay. So I am going to... All right. Okay, I'm actually going to start on... I'm going to turn on the lights because I can't read this. So that means these other lights are just going to kind of be null, which is all right. I don't care. All right. Still kind of flashing stuff. So I'm going to be in the middle of page 108 in AA Comes of Age. All right. Hey, Gary. Sorry. Actually, I shouldn't have said anything until you said something. Well, that's okay. When we saw alcoholics committed willy-nilly to prisons and asylums, we began to say there ought to be a law. In full public view, some of AAs commenced to thump tables of legislative committee rooms and agitate for legal reform. That would make good newspaper copy, but little else. We saw that what we would soon be mired in politics. We found it imperative, even inside AA, to remove the AA name from clubs and 12th step houses. I am live right now. Is it very important? Come on in. Come on in. Dinner's ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll be out in a little bit. Okay. I love you.
Love you too.
Wanna say hi to everyone?
Hi.
What's your name?
Khaleesi.
Khaleesi, huh? Yeah. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Can you swine and love? You're good, honey. You can leave it open. It's all right. So just, how can I not be proud? All right. Okay. The strenuous adventure. So we even had to remove AA name from clubs and 12-step homes, right? So do you have an AA club? No, you do not. That's why I call it the Club Trudge. It's a recovery club. Doesn't say anything about the 12 steps. Okay. These strenuous adventures implanted in the deep-rooted conviction that in no circumstances could we endorse any related enterprise, no matter how good. We of Alcoholics Anonymous could not be all things to all men, and we should not try to be. The moment we lent the AA name to any outside enterprise, we got into trouble, sometimes very serious trouble. At one time, we nearly embroiled in the wet-dry controversy. A liquor trade association wanted to hire an AA member as an educator. We read this, but not on this one. Its members wanted to teach that too much grog is bad for everyone and that alcoholics cannot drink at all. So far, so good, but it further appeared that in all their publicity, they wished to stress the fact that their educator, Mr. X, was a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. That was something else again. The public would at once think that Alcoholics Anonymous had gone into the field of education via the liquor industry. All right? See, we cannot jump on somebody else's bandwagon. We've got to be our own separate entity. Okay? Our job is to help alcoholics find their lives so that they can go out and do these things. But we do these things on an individual level. I'm doing some legislation right now, not like I'm just trying to get us a detox and stuff. Okay? But sure, we get involved with these things. But I do not approach it as a member of AA. I approach it as a person who lives in this community. That's how I approach it. It also happens to be that I'm a recovered alcoholic. But I'm more than a recovered alcoholic. I'm a lot of things, right? If that happened, the Drives would instantly hire another AA member for educational purposes. This would land us, of course, smack in the middle of endless controversy. We simply could not take sides in this fight and do business with sick alcoholics too. Okay, now this happens in meetings quite often where they split up because we are personalities that are splitting things apart. Okay. Right now, there's a fight going on between two clubs, and because that is going on, it is affecting mine. All right. See, sometimes these AA clubs get selfish. I've been putting up my flyers, and they're taking them down. All right. Yes, I have steps because from what I do, what I do from there is I will go to the board that runs the club, and I will say somebody's taking my stuff down, and you cannot do that. I don't care if you like me or don't like me. You can't do that. And if you continue doing it, well, nothing will happen because it's not like there's AA police. But people will catch on. People will notice. I was just talking to a person who says, yeah, I go to that 5:30 meeting. And I said, again, it's probably always run by the same person. You hear the same thing. He's like, yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for. Another meeting. It's getting kind of boring. Well, it's usually ego, sure. It's usually ego. See how high I can jump. Yeah. The feeling that we need to be specially distinguished among our fellows, that sort of thing. So, yeah, ego, pride. Hi, Michelle. That was a good meeting. It was cool. There was twice as many people there this week. So we had 4, but we got started and we finished up and man, we had used up most of the time. Those are the meetings that I love. All right. The would-be educator showed up at the New York office asking for advice. Of course, we told him that we thought factual education to be a very good thing, and that as public relation experts and as citizens, he certainly had the perfect right to take the job. But didn't he think he should advertise his AA membership at the same time? Our member got to the point, he said, Alcoholics Anonymous saved my life. It comes first. Hi, Patricia. Yay, Patricia's here. Patricia has 10 years today. And I'm very, very proud of her. Great job, Patricia. We love you. We love you here. It comes first. I certainly won't be the guy to land AA in big time trouble, and this might really do it. Our friend had summed up the whole endorsement problem. We saw as never before that we could not lend the AA name to any cause other than our own. Long afterward, we saw something else. We saw that the more AA minded its own business, the greater its influence would become. What? The more we kept our shit out of other people's business, the more influential we became. And this is what we call attraction, not promotion. Okay? I do attraction, not promotion. See, if I promote, then I get people here that don't really want to be here, and then things start. I do it by attraction because then people want to be here. And it turns into something entirely different. It's more God-oriented. Okay, so that's why I do a lot of things that I do. I am following the traditions. I'm following the traditions. Medicine and religion and psychiatry began to borrow some of our ideas and experience. So did research, rehabilitation, and education. All sorts of therapeutic groups began to spring up. They dealt with gambling, divorce, delinquency, dope, addiction, mental illness, and the like. They too borrowed from AA, but they made their own adaptations. They worked their own fields, and we did not have to endorse them or tell them how to live. They didn't come to us and say, we're going to change this. And no, just go for it, man. Do it. Do it. Of course we endorse this. And you know, we don't have a... Right? The thing is what was brought to Bill was not an original idea, okay? There hasn't been original ideas in a long time. Okay? That's why there's a lot of things repeating right now between Gen Z and Gen X. The board is flipped again. It happens about every 40 years.
Food
Yes,
is
dinner's ready.
Food is outside.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Where were we? Our influence has not been confined to just these fields. It is beginning now to be general. It crops out into political and business life. People who know alcoholics and their families are deeply affected. Their very developments that we once wanted to force have begun to take place of themselves. Today, we understand and accept this paradox. The more AA sticks to its primary purpose, the greater will be its helpful influence everywhere. And that makes it even more important that I understand my traditions because they've given me a guide to avoid those pitfalls. Right? You know, because I'll tell you right now, if I didn't read it, you know what I would have done? I would have taken Trudging Together, made it educational, I would have made this and this and this and that, and it had its hands and fucking everything, and it wouldn't get anything done. It wouldn't. No, I have to stick with a certain area, okay? And my area is alcoholism, okay? So alcoholism is my lane, it's my arena, right? Well, once I heal, then I can go outside of that, okay? Then I can start working with anybody that really comes across in my line. It is with gratitude that I reflect on the early days of our fellowship and those wise and loving four-steppers who proclaimed that we should not be diverted from our primary purpose, that of carrying the message to the alcoholic who still suffers. I desire to impart respect to those who labor in the field of alcoholism, being ever mindful that AA endorses no causes other than its own. I must remember that AA has no monopoly on miracle making, and I remain humbly grateful to a loving God who made AA possible. So thank you, dude. All right. All right, dinner is ready. Grandkids are here. I gotta go. I love you all. Thank you for being here. I love you. Peace out.